Hi, this is Corey Jensen. This is a new rule for the Parents Organization, EDL 856 case study. Section 1, summarize. So I am a principal of a school, and I am talking to a group of parents and community members of a new organization. This new parents organization discontinued their affiliation with the National Parent-Teacher Organization. They also newly elected officers from the previous parent organization. There's a lot of parent participation and community involvement. As a principal, I believe this parent organization plays an important role and they're vital to our school and our success, and they help us out in a lot of ways. But I am not sold on how much say the group is kind of advocating for, and they want to have a say in policy and different decisions being made at the school level. Section 2, no one has been harmed by the current actions of anyone involved. The act of not renewing their membership with the National PTA is legal. It's within their rights, but they are no longer given direction or have a set of rules. According to the PTA National Governance Bylaws, not having membership will hinder their knowledge on how to guide the group on right or wrong or what is within their rights. So they just don't really have a roadmap of really what they can do and how they can act by not being a member of that national group. Section 3. As a newly established parent organization, the organization has held their own meetings. They did this without me, their principal, and decided they want to be more involved within the school. Along with being more involved, the group wants to have a say on school policy, teacher performance, discipline, curriculum, and school evaluation. The actions of this group will ultimately fall on the principal. So this group wants to have their hands in basically everything from curriculum, what their kids are being taught, school evaluation, teacher performance, which gets into laws that I guess a parent organization or community organization can't really be involved in teacher evaluation and stuff like that. That falls with the principal. But they want to have their hands in a lot of things, and ultimately if something like that goes wrong or it's not legal, I believe that responsibility would fall on me, the principal. Section 4, people. So it's the principal and myself, the parents' organization, teachers, school board, and superintendent, because ultimately what this organization decides to do will affect me, the principal. It will affect the teachers, and then the school board, and also the superintendent place. It's at the school and in the community. Program, curriculum, K through 12 students, and K through 12 teachers is who it would affect. Section 5, this decision could be damaging to the community, but I believe it impacts myself and new staff and school board members more than anything. So I believe that how I decide to react to this new parent organization can really affect my standing within the community. It can affect how people view me. It could also affect the teachers. So if this community or this organization is wanting to somehow evaluate teachers and judge them on their performances, it could really affect them. What I decide to do will reflect on who I will be as a leader. I need to consult with the school board and superintendent and let them know my feelings. I don't want to point fingers or blame anyone, but I want to voice my opinion. So I do want to talk with the superintendent, kind of let them know what is going on. I also want to talk to the school board members and let them know what is going on, and just kind of give them the whole situation on what that organization is trying to do. And I think before I make a final decision, I need to get more input. Section 6. So step 1 would be take no action. By taking no action, I would appease this parent organization, and they would, I guess, feel empowered and trust me. They said they wanted their support of the administration. Feel like they would be feeling like they would be getting that support from me if I did nothing. Step 2, most comprehensive action. I could refuse the committee's new plan of action, inform the committee that I am not comfortable handing over that much say and power to a small faction of the community members. Also, I could tell them to go forward as a group affiliated with the school. They need to be members of the National PTA. So I think by doing this, I could rub people the wrong way, but I think this could be a safe action for me as far as legality of what that organization is wanting to do. Step 3, intermediate strategies. I would listen to the committee members and encourage them with their involvement with the school. So I would acknowledge that they are trying to do something positive for our school. I would inform them that some of the strategies and committees they formed would need to go through the superintendent and Board of Education for final approval. Section 7, pros. So for option 1 of not doing anything, I would appease the parent organization. Some cons, caving into the pressure, maybe feel overwhelmed on that meeting with them when you have all those community members saying we're going to do this, we're going to do this, we're going to do this, and not really acknowledging my presence or any questions or concerns I have. Another con would be this is not what I believe would be the best option or is right, and my reputation could be compromised. Option 2, standing up for what I believe in would be the pro. This option would be telling them that they cannot go ahead with their new plan until they're part of the National PTA. Cons, it would be going against the parent committee. This could rub people the wrong way and could ruin my reputation. Option 3, intermediate. This would be pro, would be getting another perspective. Also shifts responsibility. So in me going to the superintendent and board and saying that we need their approval, kind of shifts responsibility to them. Cons, will the committee be in favor of this plan? And what will the superintendent and Board of Education think? Section 8. As a principal, I've decided to go with option 3, which would be to acknowledge that they are wanting to do positive for our school and community, but we need further approval from the Board of Education and the superintendent. So I've listened to the committee's wants and needs. I've shared my thoughts with them regarding steps going forward, shifted that responsibility to the superintendent and board, and show appreciation for their continued work, and just let them know that I'm looking forward to working with them in a positive manner. Section 9. So steps. I'll first talk with the parent organization at our meeting, explain that their plan will first have to go through approval with our Board of Education and superintendent. And I would also ask them to maybe get a teacher involved in this whole process, maybe ask them to serve on the organization, or a director, or some way get the teachers involved. Next, I would talk to my superintendent and explain the situation to them, just kind of ask their thoughts and get a feel on where they think my next step should be. Lastly, I would talk to the Board of Education and explain some of my concerns. And again, hopefully the superintendent and Board of Education would have some thoughts on the idea of this new parent organization. So that way it wouldn't just be one person making a decision on this organization, get more people involved in the process. And then I would communicate what the board and superintendent say and communicate that with the parent organization. I believe if I keep everyone informed and up to date and I'm transparent as possible, then this option will go smooth. So I think, again, if I can talk to the board and superintendent and just have this cohesive group where we're all working towards the same goal and communicate with the parent organization, I think this option would go smooth. I'm going to listen to their wants. I'm going through the proper channels and applying certain checks and balances. So this parent organization couldn't just go and say, "Hey, we're gonna evaluate teachers, or we're gonna implement this into the curriculum." It would take a whole bunch of people wanting that shared goal, and Board of Education and superintendent would have the ultimate say. This is my presentation, EDL 856 case study.